After researching tens of billionaires and successful people, I realized that most of them do 5 things before their morning starts. And then I tested each one of them and I saw insane results. So I'm not going to waste your time. The first thing to do is to go outside immediately after you wake up. Other than just being good for your health in general, it sets your circadian rhythm, which is your sleep and wakefulness cycle every 24 hours. So if you see sunlight right after you wake up, you're telling your body that it's daytime, which resets your circadian rhythm. And if you do this along with going to sleep and waking up at around the same time every day, you'll almost never wake up tired ever again, and you'll have a consistent schedule since the time you wake up isn't all over the place like it probably is right now. You'll also get much better sleep since your body's now adapted to consistent sleep, and sleep improves literally every single part of your life. Your physical health, your mental health, your energy, how well your brain works, literally everything. And that will all contribute to your work. The second thing is to meditate for a few minutes every day. Meditating is literally just sitting and focusing on your breath, and when you get distracted, you just put your focus back onto your breath. I've been doing this for a few months now, and I completely get why almost all successful people do it. It cleared up so much of my brain fog that I didn't even know existed. I was literally able to focus for multiple times longer, and when I lost my focus, I was able to realize it and put my focus back onto my work, like how I put my focus back onto my breath while I was meditating. Social media and short form content have all wired your brain to get distracted super easily and not focus, and you knew this already, but this is completely reversible with just a few minutes of meditation daily. So just set a timer on your phone for just 3 minutes and focus on your breath while sitting on your bed or anywhere else that's quiet as a part of your morning routine. And then from there you can ramp it up slowly. So I do 10 minutes a day, and I recommend that you also progress to 10 minutes a day, but just start with 3 minutes. You might not immediately see results and just think that it's stupid, but if you do it consistently for just a few months like I have, you'll definitely notice it. And the third thing to do is to wake up early. The first thing I noticed when I researched successful people was that they all wake up fairly early. This is because in the early morning, there are no distractions and the world is quiet. You can just focus on just getting the work done. If you're in school, this can be grinding out homework. If you have a business, this can be grinding out the most mentally taxing work that requires the most brain power and focus. And just like the meditation, and like I always say, you'll want to make this a gradual change. Your body will not be used to you changing your wake up time from super late to super early in just one day, but if you just set the alarm a bit earlier every day, it will be much easier to get used to. If waking up earlier means that you won't see sunlight right after you wake up, just have indoor lights on right after you wake up until there's sunlight outside, and then you're going to want to go outside. And the fourth and fifth things are actually what successful people don't do before 8 a.m., which is using their phone and eating. I found this super interesting. It turns out that when you check your messages and your social media and notifications and everything in the morning, you lose brain power and focus that could have gone towards productive work instead, whether you realize it or not. This is also a reason why successful people work in the early morning, because they haven't put their brain power into anything useless or unproductive yet. So please stop checking your notifications on your phone immediately after you wake up. Save that for after you've worked for an hour or two, or even just leave the notifications alone until the evening. They're never that important anyways. And a lot of successful people stay fasted in the morning when they work because that also keeps their brain power and focus, which lets them do much higher quality work, and it lets them do it much faster. Let me explain. So if you eat in the morning, a lot of your body's energy goes towards digesting that food. Research shows that it's about 70% of your energy. And this also explains why carb crashes exist. That means that if you ate before working in comparison to staying fasted while you are working, you're losing 70% of your energy, which could have gone into your work instead. So it's obvious, just eat after you've done your hard work for the day. And if that's not possible, if you have school like I do your homework before school instead of after school, and try to eat less carbs, since carbs tend to take more energy to digest than fats or protein. So eat more meat, nuts, seafood, and cheese if you really want to be successful. So just as a summary, practically all successful people see sunlight early in the morning, meditate, wake up early, and they don't check their notifications or eat before 8 a.m. And you should obviously do the same if you also want to be successful. Don't reinvent the wheel, just copy what successful people do and you'll become just like them. And thank you so much for listening.